Hey there, welcome to The Hot Slice, the weekly podcast brought to you by Pizza Today magazine. I'm your host, Jeremy White, editor-in-chief of Pizza Today, joined today by the one and only Denise Greer, who is our executive editor here at Pizza Today magazine. Hey, Denise, good morning.
Hey, Jeremy, how are you? We're doing this on a Monday morning. I keep doing this to you guys. I keep scheduling these on Mondays. But see, operators love Mondays because they're usually doing paperwork or they're off work, but they're at their business.
Yeah, it's usually a chill day for many pizzeria owners and operators. I see you're sporting the Ranger Joe's pizza shirt today.
Yes. Yeah. So Ranger Joe, he tracked you down to give you a shirt for me.
He literally tracked me down, and I'm talking, he was dressed as though he was out tracking me. He had on the boots, had binoculars, the hat. I mean, it looked like he just walked out of the woods. So he literally tracked me down and said, I have a t-shirt for you and I have a t-shirt for Denise. Will you see to it that Denise gets this shirt? And I said, absolutely.
I know. I missed him at the show. I didn't get to see him, but I see him usually every year. And if you don't know, Ranger Joe, he is legit full park ranger attire. The concept is built around that, and it's so fun.
It's cool. Yes, it is fun.
So I am sporting his shirt, which is very comfortable, by the way. So
it is.
Joe, great job.
Now, Denise, speaking of fun, our guest today on the podcast is a lot of fun. He comes from the Pittsburgh area, has been to Pizza Expo many times. We've actually had him on the podcast before. Just a really fun personality to chat with.
Yeah, so we've got Patrick Elston with Gus Franco's Pizza. And like you said, it's outside of Pittsburgh. It's in Lower Burrell, PA. So kind of the northeast side of Pittsburgh. And he's got a takeout only spot. And he's focused on wood-fired pizza. And also personality, because he definitely brings it. Him and his wife, Mandy, who also runs the business with him. She actually won our Supremely Dressed in Vegas contest.
She did.
So they're a great couple that they definitely bring personality to the business. And we talk about some fun things.
Yeah, we really do. And Denise, is wood-fired pizza, generally speaking, lends itself exceptionally well to a dine-in setting. We don't see a lot of pizzerias that have wood-fired ovens specializing in takeout. So that in and of itself is pretty unique.
Yes, it is. I mean, formulating a pizza for takeout from a wood-fired oven, I mean, it takes some finesse. It takes a lot of testing. So the fact that he's got it down and has it down really well so that he has a great product, and and like he says, the business is constantly building, and it just keeps gradually getting better, and that's what we like to see in a pizzeria. It's fine to have those jumps right at the beginning, but when you can just steadily keep climbing with your business, that shows that you're putting in the work.
No question. And I think our listeners here are going to hear the passion that he has for his business, the enthusiasm that he brings on a daily basis, the authenticity with which he attacks his craft. He's not he's not just trying to make pizza for fun, right? Even though he's having a lot of fun with it, he's very, very serious about running his pizza business as best as he possibly can, along with members of his family. So it's just a really, really fun interview.
Absolutely. Well, let's just dive into it, because he's great.
Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
Hi, I'm Genevieve Ruby, a fifth-generation dairy farmer here in Humboldt County, California. Did you know that 99% of California's dairy farms are family-owned? And we're proud to sustainably produce the milk that goes into quality cheeses you use to create your delicious pizzas. Thanks for helping make California not only America's #1 dairy state, but the leading producer of mozzarella too. We hope you enjoy this podcast.
Hey there, Patrick. Welcome back to the Hot Slice podcast. We've had you on once before, correct?
Yes, yeah, out in Vegas, we Mandy and I stopped and said hello for a few minutes, and what an awesome experience, and definitely looking forward to this one as well. So, how you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now, was that last year or the year before last that we?
You know what? Everything starts to blend together, and I feel like it wasn't this past one.
No, it wasn't this
It
past.
might have been 2023. But it could have been 2022. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was. I remember everything about it, but unfortunately, I don't remember what year it was.
That's
Big
okay.
detail slips me.
But, as we talked on email and we even talked at the show for a second, a lot's happened to your business since we spoke to you last. So tell us what's going on with Gus Franco's.
For being a little small takeout only shop with a few seats outside, we're steadily and slowly evolving, and we're not in a big rush to overhaul everything and add a bunch of new stuff. We still really focus on our one size pizza that we do, which is our 12-inch 6-cut round wood-fired pizza. Actually, on Tuesday nights, we started doing some Detroit style in the wood-fired oven, a limited number of those every Tuesday. So that's just kind of one of the steps that we're taking towards evolving. I'm slowly working sandwiches in. I've been working on what bread I wanted to use for sandwiches for over a year, and I finally found the 100% hydration focaccia is the one I want to go with. And of course, it's the most difficult one out of everything I tried, but it's well worth it. So we're slowly incorporating those, doing those a little at a time on Fridays and Saturdays, having those grab and go. But it's just been a nice, steady, slight rise, using word of mouth to our advantage, not spending any money on marketing or advertising. And just using the experience that we try to provide the people within a couple minutes of coming in here to pick up their food, as what kind of keeps us moving and things happening. So it's been, again, we're not a rocket ship shooting off over here outside of Pittsburgh, but we are having a nice steady climb, and it's been a wonderful ride. And I got the same team with me that's been with us since the beginning. 2.5 years we've been open in this location. We've actually had one turnover. A young man that was working with us from down the street got a full-time job somewhere else. He still comes in once a week and grabs food and catches up and hangs out. And another young man took his spot, who is a journalism major. But other than that, it's my sister, my aunt, my wife comes in 3 nights a week and makes pizzas. And me. So it's we've been able to keep the same crew of people, the same core. And I do believe that has a lot to do with the success that we've seen and the consistency that we've been able to uphold.
My big question is, how do you manage your family?
Well, without Mandy, I wouldn't. That woman works full time still, comes in here 3 nights a week, handles our 9-year-old and 6-year-old sons, August and Francis, who we call Gus and Franco. They both play soccer, do some boxing. I don't know how she hasn't collapsed,
Superwoman,
fainted yet on multiple occasions, but that woman there is the real reason why we've been able to do this. I'm the face of this place. I'm the one that I've cooked every pizza out of here in 2.5 years. So anybody that's ever been in here to get a pizza has seen me making their pizza right in front of them, cooking it and placing it in a box and being a part of that transaction. I've been able to say thank you to every customer that we've ever had and talk to them and greet them. But the thing that's allowed me to do that is Mandy, is her stepping up and taking care of everything at home and getting the kids to practice on time. There are nights because we have a downstairs here. When we bought this building, one of our main things that we needed was a basement, where somewhere that I could turn a room into a living room, basically, for my kids to be whenever both mom and I are here. So they'll be downstairs with a TV and a couch, their Nintendos, and they'll be doing their thing. They'll come up when they're either hungry or fighting. And and we manage that situation as it comes up. But yeah, there's been times where my sister will take them in the middle of service to practice and then go pick them up, because mom and I are making pizzas and kind of in the heat of things on a Friday night. And but yeah, it's managing a family has been more Mandy's side of things, and she deserves all the credit for that, because I'm sacrificing a lot of time with my kids to do this, to try and build what we're trying to do. And sometimes it's tough for them to understand that. And they miss me and I miss them. But, you know, I think it's all for the greater good. It's there, you know, I got to bring Gus here last week for Take Your Kid to Work Day. What a wonderful experience that was. Normally they'll make boxes when they're here sometimes, or wash the dish and sweep up a little bit, but he was helping me do dough. He's 6 years old. He was helping me out dough and put dough balls in and put stuff away and making vodka sauce. And we really had a nice day. So hopefully, you know, one of those guys, or both of them, will one day want to be a part and take this place over.
Oh, that is amazing.
That's awesome. We've heard so many stories over the years of people who literally grew up in either their fathers or their uncles' pizzerias, or their grandparents' pizzerias. You know, your stories about taking naps on a 50-pound bag of flour and all that kind of stuff. And someone who did not grow up in my parents did not own a restaurant. So to me, it seems like that would be a really cool place for a little kid to kind of have at their disposal. Obviously, you've got hot things you can't touch. You've got sharp things you can't touch in a kitchen. A kitchen's not necessarily a place for a child, but to run that grounds and have everything else around, and be able to help mom and dad make dough, and be able to, hey, I'm going to eat that right now, and nobody's going to tell them no. That's got to be kind of a cool little playground for them.
It's I do think, again, sometimes you know, they don't look forward to coming here every night. You know, they would rather be at home where their trampoline is, or you know, their little inflatable pool on a nice warm evening. So there's, you know, bringing them here. Luckily, our neighbors are really nice, and there's a yard that separates us and them that they own. So they'll go play in the yard sometimes. Again, usually ends in a fight and some sort of tears, some sort of tragedy that we have to, you know, in the heart of battle here on this night, we're trying to manage that. But again, I think it's teaching them some self-coping skills, how to work through things. And so I try to find any positive that I can in those situations that could be just looked at as a negative. They're definitely starting to, you know, I've heard them on occasion apologize to each other without me forcing them to.
And you're like, what is happening?
And that's, you know, I don't know if that has to do anything with this, but we do encourage them to work things out between themselves, because they're best friends. They really are. They're best friends, but they can be bitter enemies in a matter of minutes. Anybody that's had a brother that was within age of them probably knows that. But the atmosphere has been, it really is just a family little spot. People come in and see them, and they'll ask how they're doing. And we have a little candy bucket. And every time they see a kid come in, they'll run over and grab it and offer a little candy to some kids, tell them thanks for coming in. So I'm seeing, you know, parts of them that make me super proud, just in raising good kids. I just want to, you know, that was, when we had kids, my wife and I, we just always said, we just don't want to raise little jerks. You know what I mean? Like, they're not, they're the nice kids, and their teachers tell us that. And we get to see it firsthand, and being able to work and being, you know, while I'm earning a living, get to hang out a little bit with my kids is awesome. I had never experienced that in my professional career leading up to this. So to be able to make that call and allow them to hang out, as long as they're not getting in the way too much. Some, you know, Friday nights, we're buzzing around, and I got to have them move again. We got 600 square feet in here, and most of it's filled up with a wood-fired oven and all our equipment and a few people. And sometimes I got to send them downstairs. But as much as I can let them be a part of the entire experience, where they're seeing us interact with other people that are coming into our shop, is all valuable lessons, in my opinion.
No
Yeah.
doubt. Does it feel like to you, do your customers, do they gravitate to that? Do they feel that there's a family atmosphere, when they come to order pizza from you? They don't feel like they're, let's say, going out to a large restaurant per se. They feel like they're going to a family kitchen, I guess.
Yeah, I 100%. And I preach, and I don't even really have to preach it, because when the phone rings, everybody feels like they're a part of this place. And we like to make the experience, even on the phone, as pleasurable as when they come in to pick it up. Everybody gets greeted at the door, those types of things. Again, being in close quarters and being a family atmosphere. So people that are coming in for the first time, on an average night, we still get 25% of our customers are first timers. So everybody that's coming in, and a lot of them will be like, you guys are family? And, and everybody pipes up, oh yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. And we all kind of laugh about it. And we explain, everybody in here is related one way or another, other than Steven. But Steven's been here well over a year, so he feels like he's part of the family anyways. He knows us better than most people in our family outside of this building. And he's seen us in our good and our bad. Yeah. But so yeah, people can tell right off the bat, and to be able to relay that kind of feeling and vibe to people when they're just coming in for 2-minute pickup. We stagger we know how many pizzas we can make every 10 minutes. So when people call, we're not guessing at what time you're coming in. We do it every 10 minutes. We have a sheet that is all laid out, and we kind of fill it in as we go throughout the evening. So when we tell you 6:10, if you're here at 6:10, your pizzas just came out of the oven, got cut, put in a box, and you're out of here.
Wow.
We have a very small vestibule, little customer area, so we can't have a lot of traffic standing in here. And nobody wants to stand in here for too long. They want their food. They're hungry. I understand that. So we started as a food truck. So we had an early idea of how many pizzas we could produce in a certain amount of time. So when we were doing catering, things like that, we knew that we would be able to meet numbers for certain events. So over that time, we started to really, narrow it down to how many pizzas we can make every 10 minutes. So we if we tell you, a time, be here on time. And if your pizza's cold, it's because you were late. And that's it.
That's awesome.
It's not going to be sitting here. We don't even have a place other than like our meatball warmer to keep pizzas warm. So people are in and out of here, but to have them come in that little short window and still recognize that we're family, and and we're welcoming and engaging and warm. It's warm in here, and the whole thing is awesome. It's exactly what I envisioned and I hoped for, and it's all working out.
Something I really love about your business is you really put yourself at the forefront. You're on the Instagram videos, you're playful, you're joking around, you're giving it personality. And I think that gives your customers the ability to get to know you a little bit. And that's hard in just a takeout only spot, because a lot of times you may not see the owner because they're off in a back somewhere. So tell us about how kind of your approach to that.
So I mean, that just kind of came naturally, I guess. I have always liked performing. I've played in bands throughout high school and into my adult life. I'm not a great front man, but I would get up there and have fun, and the people would engage with that. And so when I noticed that this place was kind of set up like a stage where people were coming in and watching us, because I did that on purpose. Again, with the food truck, I love the fact that we could set up under a tent, make your pizza while we're talking to you, have you, go through that whole process and hand you what we believe is the best food that we can make. And hand it to you and say, thank you very much. I wanted that same atmosphere inside. So it's actually, in my opinion, like a food truck indoors in here that's always in the same spot, because you can stand within 2 feet of me and watch me stretch out your pizza, dress it, cook it, hand it right to you. The whole time I can be talking to you. So being a bit of a performer and a bit of a ham at times, I got a good response when I started putting myself on there. I do a little thing called the Daily Dough on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. I do it once a week, even though it's called Daily Dough. It's a long explanation, but that's what it is. And so I just went live one day. I do a lot of prep by myself. and I was just doing the dough that day. So I turned on the cameras and I just went live. And people watched me roll dough balls and would pop in and probably like, oh, look at this guy, whatever, what's he doing? But then I started to kind of joke around, and music got involved, and it became more of a performance type of thing, and people responded to it. They come in dancing, they come in having fun. I watched this video, I did that. So it allows me to engage personally to a lot of people, just by going on there and kind of having some fun and telling them what we got going on that week, what the specials were, thanking them for an extra busy night, or if something went over well and we got good feedback on it, anything like that. It just allows me to talk right to these people and do it on a mass kind of level. And it's worked out. So me being a bit of a performer, having this stage, I kind of look at our service as being on stage and the performance part of the night. And the rest of the time is just kind of practice and honing my skills and doing sound checks and whatnot. So
sound checks.
I love it. Yeah, so I don't play in bands anymore, but I get the same kind of rush being back here making pizzas, like I said, that we truly believe in, that I put 100% of my absolute heart and soul into, and everybody else does here, and everybody cares. So, and people have responded to that, and it's been, it's been really neat.
It turned into a TV performance, right? A TV appearance, correct?
I've been on TV. I'm a somewhat regular on Pittsburgh CBS, a talk show called Talk Pittsburgh, and they had me on one time and really enjoyed it. And truth be told, I left a bunch of pizzas behind. So maybe they were just happy that I fed them. But they asked me back the next month and then the next month. And I've been on, I think, 6 times now. And I'll be going on, I think, again in a month or so. They want to do something for Father's Day with a hot dad pizza that we do. We were talking about that. Yeah. So, it's been really cool to experience that. And I never thought that, I always thought, if I was ever on TV, I probably got in trouble for something and didn't even want to show my face and was doing one of the perp walks but no, it's been really, really a blessing to be on there, because we still get even though I haven't been on in like 2 or so months since the last time, because it is a lot of work for like a 5 or 6 minute spot. Like it takes up the majority of my day. And I love doing it, but being still basically a one-man show on the prep side of things, it is really hard to do that. So I try and do it as much as I can and as much as they want me. But just being wanted back has been really cool and really fun. So
it's amazing.
Great experience along the way here.
Yeah, it's amazing publicity that you can't buy, quite frankly, which is outstanding. And Denise and I love your Daily Dough. We've talked about them before, and what I'm drawn to is just how authentic it is. It's not overly produced. It's not trying to be a slick, well-oiled advertisement. It's very authentic, and I think that's why people gravitate to it. But I wanted to talk about the genesis of the Daily Dough. Did that come about just because you're goofing off, trying to have a little fun, or was it because I've got no marketing budget and I need to get some buzz out there? Like, why did you start these in the first place?
So truthfully, I mean, I've always done my own marketing, Instagram, Facebook, even before I had a business. Like, my wife has friends that would see me posting and, oh, I love your husband's Facebook and all that. I'd always have fun with it. I never took it too seriously. I wasn't on there to argue with people. I wasn't on there to talk about politics. I was on there to put up a funny picture of my kids doing something silly that my family in Florida or Indiana might see. And everybody else kind of got some enjoyment out of it. So I knew I had a little bit of a part of me that could put some content out there that engaged people, that allowed them to laugh a little bit and just take a moment from all the madness that you see sometimes on social media, especially Facebook, and just have a laugh. And so, like I said, I do most of the prep here. So every day I'm listening to music or I have something on the TV, but I have an inner monologue going on all the time. I'm constantly thinking of what I need to do, what I would like to do, what we've done, how I could do it better. So I took all those things and said, you know what, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna go live. Like I said, it was a spur of the moment. There was no plan involved the first time. And I just said, whatever I'm thinking about, I'm going to be doing, because when I would do the dough, that was the time that I would my mind would really try to get creative or thinking about things, because you're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. You're rolling out 160, 170 dough balls for an hour or two by hand. You know, you kind of get lost and caught up in your own thoughts. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to put it out there. People don't have to look at it. They don't have to pay attention. But if they do, maybe I'll say something that they found either amusing or informative. And I would talk early on about the dough that we were doing and why we would do the process that we do with fermentations, things like that. I almost thought at the beginning of it, like I was going to kind of teach a little bit about what I was doing and why I was doing it. So I at first I used it as like an informational thing. I would say, this is how you roll a dough ball. I'd show a little bit of what I was doing, trying to explain that to people. Again, being a little wood-fired spot outside of Pittsburgh, we're not in an area where this was a normal thing when we started doing it. So I've been educating people as much as feeding them. We don't do extra cheese. Everybody wants to know why. We don't do this. We don't put too many toppings on it. They want to know why. So I'm explaining, you know, just the way the pizza cooks, or the temperatures that we're using, the flours, the fermentation. I know that a lot of people were probably like, this pizza geek over here, but just give me my pizza guy. But I use that. I'd like to explain why we charge what we charge, and why you can see every product that we use, because we don't have any walls in here. You see the flours that I'm currently using to blend our mix. You're seeing the tomatoes that we buy, you know, so you can see everything that we use. It's all in plain view. And I like to explain that's, you know, why we're doing it. So I was, you know, the daily dough allowed me to kind of get that out there even more, and maybe preach that. But it turned more into just an informative thing over the course of time, because number one, I'm not that great of a pizza maker. I've been doing it for 7-8 years, and I realized that I'm probably not well equipped to be a teacher. So I kind of took a back seat there and said, all right, this, you know, that's probably not what this should be about. And if you're going to keep doing it, figure out the best way to use that time. And over the course of time, it's just become about a 15-minute spot on Thursdays around noon, where I pop on and give updates and talk about personal things sometimes, and things that are going on in my life. Or, you know, if somebody's coming in and tells a story and I just want some good vibes heading their way, I'll try and mention stuff like that. So, and then it turns into a reel, and people can watch it anytime they want. And so yeah, it's evolved immensely, actually, over the course of about 2 years.
Oh, I love that. Now, we cannot let you go without saying congrats to Mandy, because she is our reigning supremely dressed pizza queen. Like, I want to put a photo of her winning the supremely dressed, which Jeremy, don't they get like $500 or something? I mean,
I don't remember. There is a cash prize. I can't remember exactly how much it is.
But
yeah, it is. She won the last 2 years, and there is a $500 prize. But the plaque, the pizza peel with the logo on there, is what she really
that's what you
was the best part for her. I don't even think she spent $1 off of that gift card. She's trying to figure out who to donate things to, I think, with it. Like, she's not even worried about the money. She just loves. And I've been with her for a long time, and she has one of the brightest, best smiles I've ever seen on a person. But she smiles different when she wins something, especially that contest. And man, I know she's still dressing up next year, but she's not going to participate. 2 years in a row was very generous of you guys to pick her as the winner, whoever's involved in picking the winners. But
I think it's a public. Isn't it a public vote?
I don't even know. I know that we take a picture and we post it, and that we tag it and we hashtag it, and then she ends up winning it, and we have the best night ever, because she's just always in a good mood, but definitely more so there. So she is working on. She's always built pizzas. So from day one, she stretches, she builds. But she's been a bit intimidated by the oven. So her goal is to compete next year at the International Pizza Challenge in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Likely in a pizza outfit, because it wouldn't be Mandy without being all dressed up.
I
But
love
that
it.
is her goal next year, is to make the pizza that we make here and enter it in a competition out there. So that's what she's really focused on this year.
Yeah, the key to her
Outstanding.
doing that is going to be when Reg opens, whichever category you want to get into, as soon
I
as
know.
registration opens,
Yeah.
get in there.
I
Gotta
learned
jump
my
on it
lesson.
early.
They fill up quick. I mean, that's true for anybody listening. If you want
Yeah.
to compete in the International Pizza Challenge, as soon as you see us posting that
Yep.
Reg is live, get in there and register, or else you will be on the wait list.
It's good advice, because 2 years ago I was on the wait list. I ended up getting in and competing. And then this last year I learned my lesson, being all stressed out about being on the wait list. And as soon as I saw it, I jumped on and registered and signed myself up for that. So
Well,
yeah,
that's-
very good advice.
Yeah, and I love that you guys could not walk the show floor, because I know you came over to the Pizza Today booth a couple times, and you
Yeah.
could not walk the show floor because you got stopped literally every 2 minutes by somebody wanting to get a photo with
Yes.
Mandy.
Yeah, if we would have thought that out, we probably could have made a few dollars, or at least gotten a few good comps on some equipment or something, because everybody wanted her to pose with their products and this and that, and just random people that wanted
Get your
pictures. with-
Venmo out. Be like, you want a photo?
I know, right? Yeah. But so she was walking around. I remember at one point we just got some olive samples or something. We were eating some olives. Somebody wanted a picture. I'm standing there holding olives, getting out of the way, making sure everything was going well. But she had a blast. Again, she felt like a little celebrity walking around there. But she put 20 plus hours into her outfit. She built that entire
Jeez.
princess dress, but just is so crafty and loves having fun. So that's the day she really looks forward to. So
Well, I cannot wait to see her compete next year. I will be over there. I want to try it. So you're gonna have to let us know where she lands. On the,
for sure.
on the
Yeah,
schedule.
I'll probably compete in, I don't know, maybe traditional, and maybe she'll do non. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll let her pick what she wants to do, and then I'll do whatever I can opposite of her. So she's got full authority to choose what she wants to be in category wise, and I'm gonna fall in line like I should, because she'll probably whoop me then too.
That's great. I love it. There's going to be some little, maybe there'll be a little scoring competition amongst the couple. I don't know.
You never know. We have a lot of people that come in because we're a family business. So we close down for that week when Pizza Expo is. And I have signs up and leave a message. So everybody's always asking me. They're still asking me, how was Vegas? How'd you guys do? And I'm like, well, Mandy brought home hardware, and I just kind of hung out and smiled and did my best, but I didn't win. And but yeah, she's the one that brought anything back to any that we have to be proud of. So it's been a good time.
All right. Well, maybe next year you'll both bring home hardware. Well, thanks so much, Patrick, for coming on the show. We really enjoy catching up with you and just talking the business, because you're just so knowledgeable, and we love having you on.
It was great to sit down and talk to you guys. I really do appreciate the opportunity. And if there's anything I could ever do in the future to keep our relationship going, just shout me out, let me know. Anybody that has any questions for me or anything like that, reach out on Instagram, Facebook. I do it all the time to the guys that I admire, and they all kind of hit me right back. So if there's anything that anybody has a question on that I can help them with, I'd be honored to help them out. I love the community aspect of this thing. John Arena is my pizza Jedi wizard, all that. Like that guy just, I try to live my life through certain things he says on the business side of things. And so anything anybody would ever need, I'm available, and I'll make time to answer anybody's questions, help them out any way I can.
Great.
That's
We'll put your info into the show notes too, so people will be able to reach you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. We'll see you
Patrick,
later.
thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Denise. Have a good day.
Guys.
Later.